Alright, here we go. Uh, this is a prose, sort of poetic prose piece. I'll see how it goes. I've been battling it all morning. And I've battled with it probably for the last couple of weeks. Anyway, this is called the Golden Mule Procession. The arrival of the third moon announced the day of the Golden Mule Procession. As a new day rose beyond the bay, the procession, led by a mule painted in gold, made its way along the boulevard running parallel with the seashore, passing through the docklands as idle deckhands, dock workers, whores, labourers, fishmongers, locals gathered, collected rotten refuse, moulding vegetables, putrid fruit, to propel at the Golden Mule Procession's train composed of condemned criminals, bound by threads of gold imbued with arcane wards of binding and holding. The threads of gold ran from the Golden Mule's tail to where it was bound, sewn into each condemned criminal, tied to the toes, knotted round the thumbs, then sewn through the tongue, and then the thread flowed to the next condemned criminal in line. The thread repeated its journey of binding and knotting all the way to the 27th condemned criminal and last in line. The condemned criminals stumbled to moans as each step produced groans. The only misery to be seen this day was to be found within the procession's train. Crowds gathered on both sides of the thoroughfare, tipping over into the gutters as the Golden Mule Procession's crooked train staggered down the paving as rotting grenades exploded against heads and bodies of the condemned. Screams and wailing of the hungering masses directing their hate and anger at the procession as the city watch acted like a broken down seawall, barely keeping the raging waves of people from the Golden Mule Procession's condemned. Onward the Golden Mule Procession proceeded out of the city towards the heights of the cliff tops, stalked by a mob of city citizens hungering for the condemned's end. The procession came to a stop at the cliff's edge, where the high priest of the goddess Karana, the god of healing and love, blessed the crowds, blessed the city guards, blessed the Golden Mule, and then cursed the condemned of the procession's train. Two handlers came forth, unhitched the Golden Mule from its train, and led it through and away from the baying crowd. The city watch, as one, armed themselves with spears and pikes, herded the golden-threaded condemned over the cliff edge as the crowds cheered the justice of the condemned's end. The golden-threaded condemned screamed and wailed blood as they were dragged by those that had preceded them over the cliff's edge down onto the sea's rocks below. This continued until the last condemned in line joined the others at the bottom of the cliff, broken and silent in death. Afterwards, the crowds of city citizens, city watch, city officials, priests and priestesses returned to the city to celebrate the happy ending. At the bottom of the cliff, where the sea battled the rocks and the cliff face, seabirds screeched and picked at the broken dead condemned's twisted, tattered, still bodies. Along the thoroughfare that runs right up to the cliff's edge, flocks of birds fought over the bits and pieces of rotting food left in the wake of the procession's march. The crowds were now all gone, and then came two boys with brooms who began to sweep away the birds and the remains of the Golden Mule Procession's day. There you go. That wasn't too bad, actually.